I have your ultimate XRP update video for you today. I had a viewer of the channel, and I want a big shout out to Arlid. Arlid, thank you so much. He cracked Brad's tattoo, and I want to show you basically everything he sent me. I also have the Thunes update, some R3 Corda update with XRP and Swift in there, AMM update, Terrapay update. Guys, there's so much in this video. It's a total XRP update. You're going to love this video. Stay through the whole thing. You're going to want to see all of this information. And there's some CBDC stuff in here, new announcements, and Medico. I got a ton of stuff. All right, so Brad Garlinghouse's new tattoo. I think we've seen this. This is Brad Garlinghouse's Twitter. It's proven that this is his tattoo. All right, so Arlid sent me this. Let's go through this because this is a lot of fun. Inverted tattoo. It needs to be flipped. It says could be code for flipping the switch. Crack the riddle and find out when we will have the flip of the switch moment. He says this circle, the X represents the Earth. Okay, so Earth, and the XRP logo filling the entire globe shows mass adoption of XRP globally. I love that. And it's also, here says level the playing field, shows date of winning the SEC case. The lower line is dotted, shows regulation and is almost there. If it was a complete line, regulations would have already been there. That kind of makes sense to me. That's pretty cool. And then he points out to this part here. In visual language, the dash line gives us a way to express the idea that something is not concrete, something is impermanent. It may be temporary, it may not currently exist, and it says in parentheses here, it will be in the future, or it did in the past, or it will may be invisible or hidden. One way or another, it represents what it is, not solid. Okay, so he's talking about this line here. And then here, the three circles are, this is actually Ripple's office. I've done a video on this several months ago, and so this is the golden ratio, and the golden ratio is a math equation. It's shown up in all kind of walks of life and nature and different things, and the three circles represent the golden ratio, which is Ripple logo based upon. So the Ripple's logo, the triskelion here, is based upon the golden ratio. Also guiding to tell the other circles are not planets, but companies. So he's saying that they could be companies as well here. So let's go back down here. So this is the network around the globe here. Right? And I think a lot of us thought this was Starlink, which he as well did. Starlink together around the globe shows future partnership with Starlink. Also explains Elon Musk's obsession with the letter X, bank the unbanked. I would say, like, if you were running a global platform and you had to make payments, right? And you're looking at the top 10 cryptocurrencies, right? You can't use Bitcoin. Even if you use the Lightning Network, it would be very expensive, and with slow transaction fees, if you're sending out tens of thousands of payments or millions of payments, that would really slow down the Bitcoin network. The Bitcoin network does about 200 million payments a year. Okay, so if you could imagine if Elon's sending out millions and millions of payments a month, that could really slow down the Bitcoin network and make things more costly. It's not going to be Ethereum because Ethereum is also very costly. And when you pay those gas fees, you don't know where those gas fees are going. They could be going to bad actors. And so he's not going to put himself in that position. What is the next best thing? Well, it's XRP. It's been running for 12 years. Never had any really issues. They've done over $30 billion worth of payments, and Elon does know Brad and Chris and all these guys. A Google explanation for aligned stars. So he's talking about here, used to say that a situation is very good or lucky or becomes completely right in order for something to happen. The stars align when they met and fell in love. I thought all the stars had aligned for him, and they finally got another win. It looked like the fates had aligned to bring the two sides together. So that's what he's saying here. All right, so now we're talking about this little circle here, and we're talking about this circle here. Since the Ripple logo represents a company, all other companies should also represent companies. This is a bigger circle that should show the big announcement to come for the future partner for Ripple. Maybe that is X. That'd be really cool. Also, Ripple, as the owner of the token XRP, is on the line with the circle, but this circle is on the inside. Maybe a company or closer cooperation with XRP, or more important, maybe Swift. Okay, so that's what he's saying. Maybe here, and then it says the smaller circle could maybe be XLM baby brother. Could be both of those things. I like that. I like what he's saying here. And then so this up here is the all-seeing eye on top of everything, is located on the center line. Could represent the World Economic Forum. I know we all have a different view of what the World Economic Forum does. I personally don't like what they're saying at the World Economic Forum, but I do know that they're important. So, and then you have the sun here, the sun beam. You have 12 beams of light from the sun shining down on XRP. Okay, cool. And then it says Google explanation for the number 12. All right, so 12, so he's got 12 beams of light. That's where I got the number 12. The number 12 carries religious, mythological, and magical symbolism, generally representation, perfection, entirety or cosmic order in traditions in antiquity. The compass connected to XRP, guiding up XRP north to the Polaris, represents the price of XRP going up north, right here. Okay, North Star, 8 beams from the 8 beams of light from the star, and they say 8 is a Pythagorean numerology. The number 8 represents victory, prosperity, and overcoming. All right, 8 is also a lucky number in Chinese, and that talks about it right here. Okay, and then we scroll down here just to finish this off. Planetary glyphs. So he's pointing. So I think it's pointing to this. And this is going down to, this is this to here. The half circle is sensitive, vulnerable, and easily influenced. It represents things that are under change or going through a phase. The soul is the barrier. It represents the reset of our economy and the introduction of the new monetary system with XRP at the center. And then this down here could be the moon with some surrounding planets. Red small arrows would make sense. Polaris, sun to moon, could indicate when moon, if someone could find out the date. So if somebody knows the date when this all aligns, let us know down in the comments. That'd be awesome. All right, let's get into the rest of the stuff. So Ripple partner Thunes. So Ripple covers 95% of the FX market. The FX market is when you're trying to get money into a different country and you have to pay a foreign exchange rate. Let's say you're going US dollars to British pounds or US dollars to euros or whatever, pounds to euros, whatever it is. That FX market is $7.5 trillion. Having a great bridge asset for, and liquidity for all of that would be incredible, right? And that's where you could see a very high price for XRP if we started handling some of that FX money. So here's Ripple partner Thunes. Look at all the connections to Thunes. Ripple has all these partners globally. That's how they cover all these different parts of the world, exotic corridors and different places. But let me show you this.
So what does Thunes do? This is a very good visual illustration of what Thunes does. So over the last five to 10 years or so, Thunes has gone to different markets across the world. And those markets now, the number of those markets is now 120 markets. And we have gone to all those 120 markets. We have identified what is the most relevant options to get money delivered into those markets, market by market. So for some of those markets, it's bank account. For some of those markets, it's mobile wallets. So in particular, in Africa, those wallets are the likes of M-Pesa in Kenya, MTN in South Africa, Airtel in Tanzania, and so on. And then in China, the relevant wallets are the likes of Alipay, WeChat Pay, right and Bcash in Bangladesh. So Thunes has done the...
Union Pay actually has more customers than Visa and MasterCard because it's in China. You have over 1 billion people in China. So it's very interesting, right? You have basically connections to MasterCard. You have connections to Alipay, WeChat, all of these really great connections just from this one company. MoneyGram also, Amazon Pay, Apple Pay.
The plumbing, if you like, into all those markets, connecting technically and commercially with all those relevant payments provided in those markets. And by creating a network as such, we're able to deliver funds into those markets seamlessly and instantaneously. So very similar to how the current corresponding banking relationship would work, where the banks would have to formulate commercial relationships and also technical relationships via SWIFT to all the different payout options. But via Thunes, through the single relationship, you will be able to deliver your funds seamlessly to all those markets. So we currently can handle 60 different types of currencies in terms of local payout. Our ability to pay out into these 120 markets are supported by 300 plus payout options across those different markets as well. And in most of those markets, we can reach at least 80 to 90% of the local population in terms of our ability to deliver money into those markets.
This is just another gigantic Ripple partner, guys. I think they're going to be handling a ton of volume here in the future. Did you see 3.5 billion bank accounts here? 3.5 billion bank accounts, access to 1.6 billion mobile wallets. Together, man, 5 billion accounts just right there. Crazy stuff, right? And then this is the website if you want to take a look at yourself. 132 countries, 70 collection countries, 250 payment methods, and 80 currencies. And you do have about 180 currencies in the world, 180 currency pairs times the 180. You're going to get over 33,000 different pairs. I think the XRP Ledger has over 8,000 different currency pairs, different tokens right now, and that's just going to keep growing over time. All right, here you go. SWIFT, central bank uses Corda R3 DLT for CBDC plus R3 Corda. Blockchain to company Ripple. This is kind of a little bit older news, but distributed ledger technology, banks R3 has its technology by the Swiss central bank. I'm going to show you something because interesting because I researched this myself very recently because I wanted to know R3 and Ripple. And so you had this fight over XRP many years ago, and I wanted to. So check this out. real quick. So let me just read this for you and then I'll get into it. R3 Corda are companies that are linked to Ripple who authorize XRP cryptocurrency. R3 provides DLT, distributed ledger technology, and Corda utilizes that technology to settle payments in fiat or cryptocurrency, with the first crypto being used as XRP. So R3 Corda is a private company. It's private blockchain that is used. I'm actually doing a video on Ripple maybe buying out R3, what that would look like if they could, and I will make that video later today so it comes out before these other people get to it. Ripple versus SEC, a landmark case, how to decide and determine what is a security. Here's the speakers. I'm not going to read their names. Let me just play this and we'll move on.
Excellent. Stacey, where do we go from here?
From here, we are going to work on tokenomics. We're also polishing up and building out a little more detail on the legal pieces of the course. We're selecting cases that we want to do case studies, particularly, not really case studies, but important cases that we can pull legal themes out of, you know, in terms of how things are shaping up, things that perhaps cases that we believe will be landmark cases down the road. Great example, Ripple versus SEC, and everything that's come out of the Ripple case that looks like it's going to be a landmark case on how to define and determine what is a security in the space. So that's an important case to be aware of, to understand. And so we want to have that in the material. Tokenomics, we're working on pulling our source material right now for tokenomics to build that section out. And then from there, I guess I just have to write 200 quiz questions.
All right, shout out to writing 200 quiz questions. You guys, if you want to see this whole video, please go to Subjective News. But let's keep moving on because I have a lot of information to go over. All right, so who will be moving 250 trillion in the next 5 years? It's not going to, it'll be some of the original players, but it's going to be new money players, right? We all know who will be moving the money of tomorrow. Ripple, liquidity of XRP brings. The players who are going to be moving money tomorrow will be different. Okay, let me just play this, 27 seconds.
So, Citi have published a paper on the future of cross-border payments. Can you tell us about it?
Sure. So in the paper, we are discussing who is going to be moving the 250 trillion or so in cross-border payments 5 years from now. We know who is moving it today, but the players who are moving it today and the players who are going to be moving these funds down the road are going to be different because of the transformation which we see.
So, Citi have published...
I like it. I like it. The players are going to be different. All right, so when you hear the BIS talking about a unified ledger, all of these CBDCs that are going to be sending tokens to and from each other, they're going to want to be on the same technology. And when you see Ripple out here working with 10, 20, 30, 30 plus central banks, you have to take notice of that because they're going to want to be using the same technology. And then banks clear payments through central banks. So those banks are going to want to use the similar technology that the banks are using. And this is how you get to mass adoption. Let me play this.
To this end, we propose a new financial infrastructure, a unified ledger. The ledger, which in practice would resemble a network of networks, would allow for seamless transactions between digital money and other tokenized assets on a single programmable platform. As we discuss in the chapter, this could greatly increase the efficiency of existing financial transactions, deliver instantaneous payment settlement, and to unlock entirely new economic arrangements.
And also, guys, when I hear network and networks, I also think quant in the back of my mind. So just understand there's going to be a bunch of different networks out here. You're going to have quant, you're going to have Chainlink because you're going to need those Oracle services, you're going to need that information, you're going to need bridges, and of course, you're going to need something like XRP and XLM and XDC, right? Ripple CTO announces consensus for XRPL AMMs. David Schwartz stated that, that the changes could be implemented in as little as 2 weeks, guys. It is coming. It is coming. Extensive performance testing on the XRLS 30D AMM have now been completed. XLS 30D is a proposed amendment as part of the Ripple 1.12.0 upgrade. If adopted, will bring automated swap, trading, and liquidity provisions capabilities to the XRP ledger. And then here you go. Here, I think it's Raul Paul is his name. He's telling you how important XRP is, and this guy knows. This guy's very intelligent. He's made millions and millions. I don't know if this guy's a billionaire, but incredibly smart guy. Listen to what he's saying here about XRP and how important it is for this new system.
Ripple plays actually quite an important role. It's a money transmission network, and it does quite a good job of it. And it has deep connections with global governments around the world and has worked really hard on it. And so there is a reason the chain is valued as highly as it is, and it's not from speculation, because actually, it got taken off a whole bunch of exchanges because of the lawsuit. It's actually because when I use my netcast law model, the amount of value that gets transacted on the chain is very high. It's being used. So I think if you lift the legal issue,
lawsuit,
probability is that the value of the chain increases significantly. And as the world moves towards central bank digital currencies, I think the XRP network is going to be somewhere at the center of all of that.
Somewhere at the center of all of it. I love it because that's exactly what I think. Hong Kong is ready. Ripple X Medico Hong Kong Policy Summit is organized with the aim of promoting active dialogue between policymakers, regulators, and market participants in Hong Kong's virtual asset industry. Collectively, Ripple and Medico are strong advocates of public-private collaboration and drive responsible innovation for the long-term growth of the entire virtual asset ecosystem. So this is going to be happening here October 26th. I will bring you updates on this channel because I love you the best. Guys, if you haven't hit a like and you're in here 18 minutes long, please help me out. Grow the channel. I love you all. We're trying to get to 15,000. We're halfway there this month. I really appreciate you. Big thanks to XR Pizza for obtaining the JP Morgan report here. JP Morgan, U.S. Mid and Small Cap Custody Banking Weekly. The U.S. regulators report on stablecoins, BTC trading volumes, coin spotlight on XRP Ripple. And then it talks about future potential of Ripple's XRP. Ripple's XRP has largely been successful in accomplishing a goal of reducing fees and transaction times associated with money transfers. If the company is able to win the SEC lawsuit and trading resumes, the major cryptocurrency exchanges like Coinbase, XRP is poised for significant adoption. XRP can be used to facilitate transactions of any kind, including fiat currency exchanges, commodity trading, and even cryptocurrency trading. And it talks a little bit low cost, and it talks about the partners. And this is kind of old because it has 100 financial. So I think this report is from some time ago, but hey, I thought that was fun to kind of show you that, JP Morgan does know who Ripple is. And this is kind of an update, 10/10/23. This is, I think, yesterday. Let me just play this 27 seconds. We'll get out of here.
A long way to go in the U.S. in terms of providing regulatory clarity. But frankly, Ripple's business has been thriving regardless. In some ways, we've been operating even as if we lost the suit, which of course we didn't. And outside of the U.S., in regions like Asia Pacific, in the Middle East, in the EU, in the UK, we continue to press our advantage and move forward. A long way to go.
That we keep pressing our advantage in and we move forward. And also compliments of the working money channel. Terrapay, a global payments network known for its agility and vast outreach, has partnered with Ban Colombia, Colombia's foremost player in remittances, in a bid to revolutionize cross-border remittances in the region. Here is the article from October 9th. Terrapay boasts connections with over 100 remittance companies worldwide, facilitating payments between 200 sending countries, 120 receiving countries. This collaboration aims to bolster domestic remittances in Colombia, empowering Colombians living abroad to send funds securely and innovatively to their loved ones back home. This partnership with Terrapay and Ban Colombia is driven by a shared commitment to enhance financial inclusion and cutting-edge payment solutions. The collaboration seeks to make cross-border transfers seamless, benefiting Colombians both within the country and abroad. Terrapay is a global payments network. I showed you that earlier. Ban Colombia, on the other hand, Colombia's largest player in the remittance market, so it's the largest player in the remittance market in Colombia. In 2022 alone, the institution processed a staggering 5,692 million, which is about, I guess you would call this, what, 5.6 billion, right? Yeah, and of the USD, about almost 10 billion. So 9.4 millions is a billion, right? That flowed into the country with agreements in place with 17 remittance companies spanning 125 countries. Ban Colombia holds a significant position in facilitating cross-border payments. The partnership expected to amplify the influx funds into Colombia, preliminary from the United States, England, Spain, and various European nations, as well as several countries in the Asia and Africa regions, guys. Hey, did you like this update from XRP, guys? Are you not subscribed? Please, if you made it to the end, please let me know. I know you know that I love you the best. I really appreciate you. Sorry I had to get up and check on Luna. She's not feeling good today. She's licking the carpet and she's got a stomachache. But I hope you found value from this video. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you in the next one.